fumbling my headset over here.
You need a minute there, pal? Or you got
Yeah,
it? You get?
I'm walking out of work, and I was trying to get out of here just right in time to get in the car to do this. But I was stopped in the hallway, and we're gonna talk about this. Are you recording?
Yeah, we're live, pal.
This is the best way to start this.
Okay, shoot.
I'm a little behind in getting in the car for the 5 o'clock call because
Uh-huh.
I was stopped about my TikTok.
Uh-huh. Which one? Or just in general?
Just in general,
Okay.
they were like, yeah, like, you're a big star. And I was like, what do you mean?
Who
And they're
who
like,
who pulled you aside here? Who is this?
somebody did.
I mean, a powers that be, or just a
No, associates.
okay. I just trying to paint a
Yeah,
picture here. Okay.
I know.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, pretty big deal.
That's the whole story.
Hear more of the story.
Uh-huh.
Did you want more?
I mean, it's not much of a story, buddy.
Hey, wait, you know what? Hold on. Hey, hold on. Stay on the line. Hold on. Hey, am I TikTok famous? Just say yes. Oh, there we go.
At least
Yeah, say I'm not TikTok famous.
see, at least someone's keeping you humble.
She's the one who stopped me. So the conversation actually was this. She says, one day I opened the front door for this guy. She doesn't know me. This was, back in the day. And she said, one day I opened the door for this guy and I yelled at her and I said, hey, you're not authorized to open the front door when we're not open. And she's like, oh my God, sorry. She goes, that's what happened. The next day, this guy's all over my For You page, and now he's got all these followers. That's what she said. So this actually gets better. So this is where I'm at today. This store, she's obviously follows me on the TikTok, and she's very jealous of my fame. But another associate in the store said to me, and this is going to get you. I think I've told you this before. She never talks to me, never says a word to me, this associate.
Yeah. This one I know about. Yes.
We've never talked about this in the podcast.
No, but yeah, I know you mentioned there was one that.
So one day, she creepily whispers to me and says, it's weird, I've seen you with your shirt off on TikTok. That's what she said to me.
First
I was
time.
like, huh?
First time she's ever talked to you, right?
You're talking about the first time in a year and a half she's ever said any words to me was whispered with her head down. She said, I've seen you on TikTok. It's weird. I've seen you on TikTok with your shirt off. And she said it just like that and walked away. I was like, whoa, what the? Yeah,
Like, didn't give you an opportunity to answer or anything. Was gone.
no. But this where I'm at today. They quite a few people in this store follow me and watch me, and they comment pretty frequently on how they don't understand because the one girl's like, I've been on this thing since it was Musically, and like I have like 320 followers. Like I just don't understand. I was like, I don't understand either. I don't know how it happened.
You just don't have it, baby. You just
Right.
don't got it.
You gotta have it.
I can't tell you what it is. I just know it when I see it.
I mean, I don't even know if I have it. I just whatever. I got lucky.
You got something, all right.
Well, it's not a small dick, that's for sure.
Are we doing this?
No, we're not. We're not. I had to get that in.
Because if we're
I'm sure
going
my
on the
kids don't listen
record,
to this.
if we're going on the
No,
record,
no, we're done. We're moving along here.
I just want to say I did not eat anybody's food, okay, or drink anybody's drink that I was not handed and offered.
All right, we're moving on.
And
from
that
that.
drink
So anyway,
was
what do you
only
got?
one. Look at you squirming. All right. Well, it was a big weekend, buddy. Uh, do we really just have to anything to talk about other than the fact that we nearly killed Billy Fives twice?
Right. There's two things I wanted to talk about. The first time we almost killed him, and the second time we almost killed him. It's the only two things I want to talk about.
I'm already like just even like touching the surface of it now. I'm laughing and I have a tear rolling down my eye.
And just Just for those who don't know, Billy Fives was the man in the blue shirt in the chopping videos and the chip video
the
from this weekend in Florida.
the one chip
Uh,
challenge, yeah.
right, and I just like little history. So Billy is Billy looks like he's 25 years old, but he's a little older. He is in great shape, always has been. The guy doesn't age, but he is what I would call my wrestling dad. Uh, Me and Eric's wrestling dad, because when I was 18 years old, he took us under his wing. Uh, we traveled with him pretty much every weekend. He usually drove, took care of us, made sure we got paid, made sure we got fed, made sure we got a good hotel to sleep in. Uh,
Also beat the shit out of you.
Beat
Uh,
us up to no end, and Billy always made sure we didn't get in trouble. Like I mean, he was our dad on the floor, and I mean to the point where my dad trusted Billy like to no end, and he knew that we would be okay on the road at 18 years old with Billy. Um, so just, I mean, he means the world to us for sure. So, and you know,
and until you meet Billy and like hang out with him for a little bit, you don't
right,
understand it quite fully. But I think that like, and I know him from a different sense, but I think both you and I would say that he is met by people who know him and are and that he likes with equal parts fear, respect, and what was the other one? There was something else, and
right, probably fear twice.
right.
I would put fear in there twice. Yeah,
But yeah, so what happened was we got to your Airbnb.
yeah,
You came down here for the
right,
weekend, and fun was had by all. And we had always planned to hang out with Billy because you can't get well. A if you're going to town and you don't make a point to say hi to Billy, Billy's going to give you grief about it. But
right,
also, he's a fun time. So Friday night we get to the house. We were chilling for a little bit, and we were hungry, and we kind of wanted to go out. We didn't want to just sit in the house
right,
all
right,
night, and we wanted to see Billy. So we were like, we went and met him where at one of his usual haunts, La Tub, which again, if you're not a South Florida person, it's a
right.
kind of dive burger bar joint. That's like they have like a whole.
On the water,
It's yeah on Hollywood Beach,
right,
and they have the very interesting thing is that they've kind of like got a garden of old toilets and stuff as like part of their decor. It's just a weird, unique thing, and Billy's like a regular there, to the point where at the end of the night we got a hookup on the bill. So whatever we were gonna pay full price, we just left as tip for the guy because that's what you do when you get the hookup. And so we were hanging out with him, having a great time, telling stories. And the funny thing about Billy is that when he tells a story, there's like
right.
no exaggeration. The story is hilarious, it's great, but Billy doesn't bullshit. And he also doesn't like he can tell you the same story 20 times. And a lot of people like the size of the fish gets bigger or the
Right,
this,
right,
that, the other thing. Billy's stories stay exactly the same every time. That's how like straight up and honest he is. And again, the
right.
stories live on their own merit, anyways.
And
No,
I would just say, he's been telling these stories to me for, almost 20 years here, well, 20 years, and I will tell you, like, I've heard a story 20 years ago. He tells it today. It's the same, like, not even one piece of the story changes. It's the same story because he don't bullshit. It's the truth.
right. And so, yeah. And so we were like, at a certain point, we were kind of like wrapping it up and we're like, hey, we're going back to the house. And just almost as an empty gesture, because there's no way we thought Billy was coming back to the house with us. Like, you want to come? And he's like, yeah, I'll come. And, uh,
Right,
and we all looked at each other like, oh, this is going to get good. So,
right,
so we got back to the house and, they had ordered, some people didn't come with us and they had ordered pizza. So they were eating and they were been drinking already. So we come back and we pour ourselves some more drinks, and you could see again from the TikTok videos we posted on the Briscoes page. There was a chop competition and a chop in wrestling is it's kind of like a slap to the chest. Um,
and nobody likes to get chopped. It's the
it's
worst feeling.
it's
It
painful.
hurts.
It's painful, but it's
Right,
fun. It's fun to watch those videos. But somewhere between the chops And what we did later, which is the other time we tried to kill Billy, I guess he was talking to you.
Right. And I made a joke.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the joke was. I can't remember what the joke was. It was funny because I laughed, but then it happened.
Yeah. He started choking. I guess he had taken a sip when you said it.
You
And the I'm laughing already. The drink went down the wrong pipe, and he starts like stoically. He starts stoically choking. Like first he's like trying to suppress it,
right.
and he's like rubbing his chest, and he's turning bright red. And,
But wait, like, but but as he's like it was we're laughing at first, but then it got like
you broke up.
The choke got deep.
Yeah.
Like the choking went from he's choking to okay, is he breathing?
Like
That's how like
right. You're like, are you okay? And it got really close to the point where normally you would step in
to a normal human
to
being,
like pat him on the back or Heimlich him
Right.
or whatever. But because it's Billy, he would probably punch you out as he was choking to death if you tried to help
Right.
him. So we're
Because
kind of
like he was. I want to give this visual because I it's so stuck in my head it'll never go away. He was choking like hard, like and he like almost like wasn't breathing, and he was like pounding his chest. And then like it was an awkward, like everybody was dead silent.
yeah.
Like you could hear a pin drop, but it was almost like a look of concern started to come across everyone. Like, okay, wait a second, this is getting serious. He's not like almost like
Yeah.
he's not breathing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it was very quiet in our little group. There were still things going on elsewhere because it was like just in our little area where we were talking. No one else kind of knew what was going on. There were like four of us there, and so there was noise. That's why I wasn't sure I heard what I heard. But
Right.
so
Now again, hold on. Let's set the tone here, because you gotta like what we heard. We were in across like each other, right? So we're not next to each other. So what we heard, like I heard, he heard, Ben heard, but like I just want everybody to know, like it wasn't mentioned. Like it was,
well,
like,
because okay, so what happened? Let's just get to it. He's choking, and he kind of turns his back on us to lean on a. There's like an island. There's like an island in the middle of the kitchen.
I think I gotta pull over. I'm driving. I gotta pull over. I can't even see. I'm crying.
So he's leaning on the island. And like, You're fucking me up. I can't tell it. So,
I got tears rolling down my face.
so
Oh my
he's
God.
leaning on the island, and he starts coughing. And as he's coughing, I swear that I can hear a fart rip. And I like kind of like I'm still like concerned over him. So I'm like so concerned about him that the fart registers. I'm still not sure I heard it. And I'm also still like I can't even like laugh about the fart because there's a man dying in front of me.
Right. Now, let me tell you my take. What I was thinking. It's funny because when you say he turned to leave, I can visualize.
It's like it happened 2 seconds ago for me.
I visualize him leaning over the counter and the fart coming out, and in my head, because I'm not laughing, I'm concerned because he's dying.
Right.
But nobody and I'm thinking to myself, do I pat him on the back? But then if I do, he's gonna backhand me. Like
Right.
death, like he's still gonna hit me. I'm like, because Billy's a badass, and I'm like, all right, what do I do?
Billy
And then the
Billy
fart
fought
comes out.
off. He
Right.
was riding his bike in Hollywood Beach one day. Got jumped by like 5 guys and fought
Right.
them all off. He is
Right.
a tough son of a bitch.
Badass, right?
Yeah.
So the fart comes out, and now in my head, I can even remember. Like in my head, I'm saying to myself, "Did he just fart?"
Right. That's exactly what I said.
then I was like, I wanted to laugh, but then I, I was like, do I laugh? Do I not laugh? Like, what do I do? Like, it was one of the most uncomfortable situations because, like, I didn't know what to do because I didn't want him to die, and I also, the emotions running through my head were insane.
Right. So
Right.
so he finally works it like out. He's
Yeah,
still like
he's fine. He's not dead.
he's like talking in a rough
Right.
voice
Yeah.
for a minute or two, and
Right.
he's still rubbing his chest and coughing, but at least he's fucking breathing. And so we know that he made it. He's gonna live, and so that
Right.
we're not gonna have to take a beating for trying to help him.
Right.
So then I kind of like walk over to you, and I go, am I crazy? Or when he was when he was choking, did I hear him fart?
And I absolutely lost it when you said that to me.
Yeah.
I lost it.
And then I thought you were just laughing at what I said. And then you go, "No, I heard it too."
Like, it's funny because we didn't discuss it. You just walked over. Like, there wasn't even a look across the room when it happened. Like,
Well, no, because we were still looking at Billy.
Right.
He was still dying at that moment.
Right. So when you came over and said it to me, I lost it. I absolutely could not. I'm laughing now. That's how I was laughing.
That's it.
I
Yes.
was leaned over the sink. I was crying because
We've told the
I didn't
story
know
to
you
each
heard
other and other people like at least 4 times, and we have laughed just as hard every single time as the first time that I mentioned it to you.
right, because I could visualize it, and we were hysterically laughing, and it's funny because for some reason you had to, like, you came to ask me, like, you had to have known I heard it. You also probably knew what my reaction was.
I had no idea. I thought
because, like,
I wasn't
like,
sure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I wasn't sure if he had done it or not. That's why I went to ask you, because I'm like, yeah, I swear he just farted, but I need to confirm this with someone, and that's why I went over to you. As soon as I brought it up, I think you even started laughing before I finished the sentence because you knew what I was going to say.
And the funny part is when it happened, right? And I know we're laughing over a fart, but, like, in my life with Billy Fives, like, Billy Fives is like a chick. Like, chicks don't poop. Billy Fives don't fart.
Right.
Billy Fives almost died choking and farting at the same time. Like, that's not.
I'm going to choke now and die.
I can't even get out what I'm going to say. I'm crying.
Oh my
You gotta
God.
move on to the next part. I can't even get it out. Oh man.
So
I hope this is as funny as to me and you.
it doesn't matter.
I can't even get my composure here. What I was gonna say is, he's so badass. He's dying.
Hey.
Fart.
Hey.
I never heard Billy fart.
Yeah. You cut out there for a second. You said he's so badass. Yeah.
He's so badass and he's choking to death and he farts, and, like, it was like, he's so badass. No one wanted to even react to the fart or him dying of choking.
Right.
But tell the rest of the story because it gets better.
So, like, maybe, like, not that long later, like 3-4 minutes later, after laughing with you, like, I have to compose. Right. It took, like, this long laughing as it did that original time, as we were doing on the podcast here just now. And we finally, I'm like, composed myself, and I'm like, and I see Billy's fine, and he's back to, like, talking and drinking and hanging out again. I go, Billy, and I kind of, like, kind of wave them off to like a little bit of an aside, just so no one could hear me. And I go, listen, man, I don't want to like, embarrass you in front of people or anything, but I'm pretty sure when you were choking to death, I heard you rip a fart. And he goes, "Oh no, you're not. It's cool. It doesn't embarrass me. It's all right." And he said, "Yeah, it was two, by the way." I farted twice.
He's so honest. He had to let you know. No, I was twice. I farted.
Yeah.
He had to correct you.
It was two. I farted twice, but yeah, it's all good.
Oh,
I swear to God, dude, this is like that. This is like our cookie story. And again, it's our story. It's like we share this fantastic story.
Right.
The cookie story, I can remember every moment like it just happened.
Right, like
and
it just happened. I can visualize
swear
it.
to God, 20 years from now, I will have every second of this Billy Fives choking, farting thing.
The leaning over the counter. Oh, my God.
Everything.
Like every single bit of it.
Everything.
Right.
Even you and me, laughing about it and continuing to laugh about it. And like when we retell this story in 10 years, how much we're going to be laughing about it.
Wow. Oh man, I'm crying. I was driving just now too. Wow, that was just not healthy.
So yeah, it would have made good for good podcast, but not probably good for you. So that was the first time that night we tried to kill Billy Fives. The second time was, I think, did I mention on the podcast? Maybe I didn't on yours, but maybe it was on Marco's or
I don't think you did.
That I bought.
I don't think you've mentioned it before.
Okay, so at Wawa, and by the way, Monday the whole section was gone as if this was a dream and we imagined it. Wawa had for about a week a little like cardboard standee right by the register, like impulse purchase kind of items, and it was all from this company called Packy. And there was these spicy chips, and there were like bags of these chips, but there was also what they have are these coffin-shaped boxes, cardboard boxes, and in each one has one tortilla chip, whatever you want to call it, corn chip, I think, and it's wrapped. It's like in the box, and it's in its own little wrapper. It's sealed, and it's a Carolina Reaper. Spicy hot one chip, and they do this one chip challenge, which is like viral videos you see on social media and whatever, where they eat the chip and then it's a bunch of crying and choking and pain and suffering. Excuse me. So I bought 6 of them because I knew this weekend was coming up, and the girl at the Wawa like freaked out. She took a picture of me buying it to send to her manager because he wasn't going to believe it. And the little cardboard display of them even had a printed warning that they taped to it. Like Wawa made their own disclaimer that like kind of like was like trying to absolve themselves of anything that might untoward happen to you if you ate this chip. They do not accept responsibility in any way. Buyer beware.
Like they weren't responsible if something happened.
Right. So, and almost as if they knew we were going to commit this crime on Billy, they removed it by the time it came back on Monday. There were no Packy chips left in the store, as if they were like trying to pretend like they never carried them in the first place. So we got these chips, and four. I brought 6, but only 4 of us did it, and it was you, it was me, it was Eric, Ricky Vandal,
right,
and Billy. And like I watch on the videos that they even like put rubber gloves on before they handle them because they don't want to rub their eyes or touch their face in other spots to burn themselves after they've handled the chip. So we were like, what the fuck? Let's all do one. So we all opened our boxes and unwrapped them, and we did them. And this is the second time we almost killed Billy Five. Well, we almost killed you and Vandal as well. I think you all kind of suffered, but we have those videos also on the TikTok page, and there's like a 5-parter for that, and they're really funny. and you really sell it. Like you're pacing around, sticking your head under the sink. You almost, I think, threw up at one point. We didn't have any like dairy products like milk or ice cream, so there was really no help. And
Right.
finally, you guys like had the theory that maybe eating a slice of pizza would help because there's a little bit of cheese. Uh, hello. Oh man,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You know what happened?
What happened?
My phone connected to Publix's Wi-Fi
No.
and cut me out.
Oh my God. It'd been funny if
Either
my.
that means I go to Publix way too much, or
I mean, maybe. So what I was saying is that
Right.
like you could explain, like, see, for me when I ate the chip, uh it was hot. It was really hot. And like almost before I'd even swallowed it, I had rivers of water coming from my eyes down my cheeks. And I just, I wasn't even going to wipe it away because, my hand had been handling the chip. And for some reason, it got on that upper rim of your lip for me. And that was on fire for like a good, like 10 minutes. Just like excruciating pain. Almost like you took a razor blade and cut along the whole rib. So that's other than when I got home that night, I was super sick, like to my stomach. I didn't like, not like where I was throwing up or anything, but I felt super queasy for like a couple hours.
well, you didn't get it as bad as we did.
Well, I ate the same chip. It just didn't hit me like you guys. Like what
Can you
it,
hear me, or am I cutting out still?
I can hear you, but it's a little staticky.
I don't know why it's staticky. I live out in the boondocks. I got no service out here.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't stay parked in the car till we finished. So,
It was actually worse in the car. That's why I got out.
okay.
So for me,
Yeah.
for me, the burning. So here's the two things. One, the chip is so dry that you can't. It's like a piece of cardboard, and it was so dry you can't just like swallow it and get it over with. It like stayed in my mouth as I chewed and tried to get it down. So it's like building up, and at first it's hot, and you're like, oh, this isn't bad. Then all of a sudden it starts burning from inside your mouth, and then inside to your lips, and then up to my face, and then next thing I know, my eyes are pouring liquid, and I just swallowed it. But when I swallowed it, it made me want to throw up.
You,
I was gagging.
yeah, you keep cutting out.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Well, you keep moving. Yeah, so it was dry and you couldn't swallow it. I have you saying that on the video, which is like way after we all swallowed. I didn't even realize you hadn't swallowed it. It was like a good minute or two after we all swallowed the chips.
I couldn't get it down.
Yeah. So you had a mouthful of that heat, like in your mouth
Right.
again. You didn't even get to like pass it through. It was still burning your mouth up that whole time, I assume.
The entire time, and it was going from inside my mouth, like quick to my lips, and then up my face, and then my eyes were tearing, and then I was gagging. But when I swallowed it, like my stomach was really jacked up. Like it hurt my stomach a ton.
I know.
Right.
I know Vandal. I think I pissed him off at one point. He sticks his tongue out, and I slapped his tongue.
You did, yes. Yeah.
He didn't like that.
I
But
struggled. I gagged on it. I struggled, and then when I got it down, my stomach was, I mean, almost immediately tore up.
Yeah.
Immediately.
yeah, you were into the sink, and you were like ready to
Right.
puke.
So,
You
so
did.
I did puke. Yeah, I puked up the water because I drank 7 bottles of water, and I wasn't even drinking them. I was just pouring them on my tongue, and then like swishing it around my mouth. But I must have drank so much water so quick I threw up the waters.
Right.
But then after, like, the heat wouldn't go away, my eyes, and the mistake I made and that Billy made is we both touched our eyes with our
Right.
hands.
So let's get to Billy, since this is about us trying to kill him
Right.
twice.
Right.
We're over exaggerating on this one, but you and him both rubbed your eyes with your chip fingers, which is like basically the most retarded thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's like rule number 1: do not do that. So I didn't see yours look so bad, but you're basically a face of hair, so I maybe just
Right.
didn't see it. But Billy, his eye got super red. The area around it got super red. And the other thing that happened with Billy was he mysteriously disappeared for like 5 minutes
Right.
during everyone's pain and suffering.
Maybe longer than 5 minutes.
It was about 5 minutes. It just felt like an eternity because we were going through a lot of hell.
Right.
But he was in the bathroom and he came out and he's like, we're like, where were you? And he's like, I went to take a piss. And I'm like thinking,
Right.
that is the longest piss in the history of mankind. So yeah, I don't know. I guess he was probably just flushing his eye out. But
Now his face, like his eyes swelled up. Like
Yeah.
he swelled up.
now
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna die because at the end of the final video, you see it where I accidentally tipped to him. He's like, "What? Who even got these? Where'd these come from anyway?" And I explained that they're from Wawa, and then I mistakenly said, "I bought 6 of them on an impulse." And he's like, "You bought them?" And he turns and looks at me, and I swear I saw my life flash before my eyes before he like smiled and like I was like, "Oops."
No, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was scary, man.
Yeah, and I'll just say that aside from trying to kill him twice, once legit and the other, just kind of a funny, the hot chip thing. He was the life of the party that night, and I'm so glad we dragged him back with us. The chops that you guys did on each other,
Oh yeah.
were crazy, and I'm like, and that whole time I'm like thinking, I'm so glad because like you took like 3 or 4 from
I
different.
did. I don't know how that happened.
You took like 3 or 4, and to the point where people were like I think the first one you were restrained. You weren't even like expecting to get
No,
chopped.
they were holding me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like thinking, thank God I didn't like involve myself in this. I didn't chop anyone, and I didn't get chopped.
Right.
But like the minute I'm leaving the house, on the way out the door, I was like 2 steps from being outside of the house. He chopped me so fucking hard.
Right. So I didn't see it. I just heard it.
Oh, well, that's if you could hear it, that tells you
But I
everything.
didn't see it. I heard it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he fucked me up. I
Yeah.
went home, and I had a nice big handprint
He
on
he also kicked you in the leg. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, I don't even remember what that was about. Well,
He literally was talking. I think he was talking. Oh no, you made a short joke
That's right.
and he kicked you.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the joke was, but but what happened was I made a short joke, but it was a funny short joke. So he took like a roundhouse leg and kicked me like right in the hip. It fucking hurt. And then he goes, "But that was really really funny. So you're only getting kicked once." And then he shook my hand on it. And I'm like, "All right, well, I mean, I guess it was worth it then." He did
Right.
that, and when I first shook his hand, when I saw him at the tub, he wouldn't. What the fuck was that?
That's a truck. Go ahead. Just
Oh.
keep talking.
You get so mad when I call you out for that.
Because I knew it was coming. I was like, here it goes.
Well, of
Before
course.
you even made the pause, and then you paused, I was like, fuck. I was thinking maybe he's just thinking of now he's going to call me out for the truck.
So he we were shaking hands, and he all of a sudden doesn't let go, and he turns to you as he's just kind of like restraining me a little bit, so I can't run away. And he goes, "Where's my merchandise? Some
Right.
Breakfast Club merchandise." And of course, you dump it back on me, and you go, "You got to talk to Ben about that." And before he can even turn his head back towards me, I pull the Breakfast Club hat off my head and put it on his head, and I go, "There you go," and he
Right.
let me go, and he was happy.
The funny part is I feel like we called this before it even happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We were like, "Oh, I better," I think I said something like, "Well, you said like you better bring Billy something."
Right.
I said,
And you said.
right.
Right.
Well, if he asks for anything, I'll just give him the hat I'm wearing. So
You did say that, right? And that did happen.
yeah, I was prepared.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was those 2 stories in 20 years of knowing Billy. I can't say I've ever almost killed him once, let alone twice in the same night. So
right.
that was
Now,
I can't
Now he's
Like those
almost
stories look
killed
ridiculous.
you about 2,000
Oh, a
times.
million times. I feel like I owed him. I probably still owe him some.
Right,
But
but
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, well, that was hilarious.
I'll
But
say
yeah, no, that was
I'll
good.
I'll say this: Billy's got 1,000 stories, and we probably should get him on the podcast every now and
Right.
then to tell
Now,
us.
just so everybody knows, he's 51 years old, but
Oh,
looks like he looks like he's 35.
he does. He like
Like
basically got encased in
right.
amber and is permanently preserved at that age.
Because his hair doesn't dye his hair. He still has his hair. He's in better shape than you put me and Ben together. Uh,
Well, putting me and
bless
you
my heart.
together isn't good.
I did see you this weekend. You're looking kind of fluffy. So,
Kind of fluffy.
like a block of mozzarella. You should tag with Siazzo. You guys would make a great team.
Oh my God. Well, then you'd have two useless people in the ring.
Right, true. But yeah, so I don't know. That was fun. That was fun. That was funny. That fart story, and I think are we calling it the choke fart or the fart choke? The choke fart.
I mean the choke fart. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was just. I even will never forget you coming to me and be like, "Hey," like, because you you like leaned in to whisper it to me as if like I can't even. I can picture it, but it's hard to explain. But you kind of leaned in, like you looked over your shoulder, like you like looked at me, you like looked at Billy to make sure he wasn't there. And you looked back at me, and you were like, "Hey," like you were just right.
Hey.
Like you didn't want him to hear.
Right.
You were just doing a double check. Is he standing over my shoulder? No, we're good. Okay. Anyway,
It was
and
like
you're like, "Hey."
It was like I was trying to pass you word on the street. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, hilarious.
Oh my
But,
God.
Oh, good stuff. That's a good story. I think that's enough for the podcast because I mean, people are going to listen to that laughing part probably over and over again
Yeah, maybe. Or or they could fast forward over the 5 minutes of laughing
and say, "Why are these two assholes laughing so much?"
because it's farts and farts are fucking
I honestly
funny.
got, I couldn't see driving just now. That's how hard I was laughing and how much I was crying. I could not see.
Yeah.
I thought about pulling over. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. Well, better safe than dead.
Right. Well,
Yeah, we got plenty to talk about next time.
that was good. Good. This may be my favorite podcast.
Yeah. Well, next time we'll talk about I want to, even though you just told me the story, we need to go over this motivational speaker stuff that your new career that you wanted to try this earlier this year. Because
It's gonna happen. Yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
Because that's a good story. And now I just left a teaser for like next episode. So
Right. Well, hey, make sure order your hoodies because nobody's ordered any, and it's pretty
we've
upsetting. I'm upset. I'm just putting it out there to our friends of the podcast. I mean, I probably had between lives and messages. I mean, there probably was 30 messages about we need hoodies.
It just hasn't gotten cold enough. It hasn't gotten cold enough
I'm saying
yet.
we need hoodies. You're yelling at me saying no hoodies, and these people are like, we need hoodies. We need hoodies. We get hoodies, and nobody's buying a damn hoodie.
We've sold a few, but you're being a little hyperbolic. But yeah, I wouldn't mind selling more. I wouldn't mind selling more,
Right.
so we need to order more.
Right.
You know,
Buy
that's-
hoodies.
Yeah. So I guess that's our pitch for the week. Yeah, that's all I got, bud. We'll.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go do some food shopping here. I'm making a little chicken tonight. So.
Yeah. At least you didn't drag us to the fucking post office with you again. I'm appreciative of that.
Can I tell you? I was standing in front of it and I checked my email, but I do not have a box today, so I didn't go
There we
in.
go. Maybe
I almost went in just to say hi to everybody.
listen. How dare
How are you?
I listen. You got like 10 yesterday, so I guess it balances out
Right.
your average of 5 a day or whatever you're getting now.
It
I
does.
guess everyone go and find his PO box and go send him more gifts so he can call me and tell me about them.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's do that. It's a good idea.
All right.
And you know what? I think it's time to change the gift stuff. I've got a lot of coffee mugs. I think we need to switch it up a little bit.
Oh boy, here we go. What do you need now?
No, just surprise me.
Oh. So no more coffee mugs, or unless, well, yeah.
I have no room for them. It's
Yeah.
got a little out of control.
Yeah, you did it to yourself, pal. Keep sending him coffee mugs. All right, that's it.
All right. I'm done. Goodbye.
Bye.